What's up, Big Wrist Syndicate, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to give a shout out to the Mad Watch Collector. He did a video the other day talking about a Casio that you can get off of Amazon for like 60 bucks, something ridiculously cheap. So, of course, me being me, I went to Amazon to go look for this watch. Got on Amazon, started looking at the dimensions. I was like, I don't know if that's a Big Wrist Syndicate certified because it had a very small case size. So then I just started looking for budget-friendly Casios, and I came across this beast. But if you've never watched the Mad Watch Collector, this dude, he's based out of the UK. He is brilliant. He is so funny and is so entertaining. Like, I'm hooked. I've watched a few of his videos. I instantly subscribed. And I actually talked to him quite a lot on Instagram. So shout out to you, my boy. So let's get into this watch. Let's go straight to it. This is the Casio AE-1500. Here's your model number. The AE-1500 WHX-1AVCF. This is the long jaunt. I had to get the long, because I got these, got big wrists. They offer this with extra long bracelet, which is a nice touch. It comes in the basic Casio, the blue box. If you've never bought a Casio, this is what's going to come in. Slide that bad boy out. File that. Plastic. File that. Little holder. File that. So here it is. The AE-1500. It's an all digi display. And I'm not a quartz guy at all, because I feel like, quartz watches don't have no soul, but this is a great tool watch. But this is a watch so big, I'm convinced it was designed for people who can't read a microwave clock without binoculars. Casio basically said, what if we made a wristwatch you could also use as a billboard? And boom, the AE-1500 was born. Honestly, this thing is less wristwatch and more portable wall clock. Yeah, boy. If you don't know that reference, I feel bad for you, son. Put it on your arm and you instantly gain 10 plus visibility. It's the horological equivalent of yelling, "Hey guys, it's 3:42 p.m. every time you walk into a room. Let's talk size. This thing is 51 millimeters across the case. For reference, that's larger than most dive watches, larger than a G-Shock, and dangerously close to being classified as a dinner plate. On a small wrist, it looks like you're carrying a smartwatch prototype from 2002. On a big wrist, though, it's actually kind of works. It's so over the top, it circles back around into being charming. Wearing this watch is like driving a boxy SUV. It's not sleek, it's not elegant, but it's practical. It's tough. And it makes you feel like you can survive the apocalypse. Honestly, if my house burned down today, I feel like this watch would be sitting in the ashes just ticking away, mocking me. All right, here's the meat and potatoes. What do you actually get with this monster? You get 10-year battery life. See ya. 10-year battery life. They proudly put it on the clock, on the watch, right? 10. That's longer than some of your relationships. You could literally buy this, toss it in a drawer, forget about it, and when you rediscover it in 2035, it's still running. It's like the cockroach of watches, impossible to kill. 100 meters of water resistance. So yeah, you can swim with it, shower with it, wash dishes, cry in the rain after losing fantasy football. Doesn't matter. This watch will not care. It has a world time function. You can check the time in 48 different cities because nothing screams international jet setter like a $25 Casio strapped to your wrist while you eat reheated pizza at 2 a.m. It has a stopwatch and countdown, timer. Look, every Casio has these, but here's the beauty. It just works. Like, there's your travel time. Oh, how fast are you? Not fast enough. So just go through the modes. It's easy. But every Casio has these. But here's the beauty. They just work. None of this scrolling through endless menus nonsense. Start, stop, reset, done. Alarms. You got 5 of them. 5. Which sounds impressive until you realize you're just going to have to snooze every single one of them in the morning. It has an LED backlight. Now, I'm trying to make it dark. Yeah, I don't think you can see that. It's got two little LEDs at the bottom that light up the display. It's not the greatest. I wish it had like a backlit display, because I think that's where this watch, that's one of the only cons of this watch is the backlight display. But it's perfect when you're stumbling to the fridge at 3 a.m. Am I right, fellas? Because, I mean, you gotta see what time it is. I'm moseying here into the refrigerator, see if I can find some of these leftover tacos. So, the case is resin, which is fancy nerd talk for plastic, but don't get it twisted. Casio resin is tough. This thing can take a beating, drop it, smash it, wear it while resting on a raccoon. It'll probably survive and it'll probably win. The strap is comfortable. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Oh, wrist check. I got on the Seiko King Turtle on that Bond NATO. It's one of my favorite watches. I've been wearing it a lot lately. This watch wasn't just sitting in a box until I changed out the strap on it, and then all of a sudden, bingo bango, became almost like an everyday beater. So let's get to it. So the strap is comfortable, very comfortable. It's lightweight. I mean, there's nothing to write home about, but honestly, at this price point, you're not expecting, hand-stitched Italian leather. And if you are, you're on the wrong video, my friend. So here's the tricky part. Style. Let's be real. The AE-1500 is not a fashion icon. You don't wear this to a wedding unless you want the bride to cry for the wrong reasons. But if you're going for rugged, practical, dad on a hike vibe, chef's kiss. Perfect. This is the watch equivalent of New Balance sneakers. Not sexy, but dependable. And honestly, there's a weird cool factor in its honesty. It doesn't pretend to be luxury. It doesn't pretend to be trendy. It's just a digital watch that screams, I will outlive you. And that is a kind of brutal practicality, stylish in its own way. So who should buy the AE-1500? If you're farsighted and can't read tiny numbers, this is basically your savior. If you're a dad or a middle-aged dude who needs a watch that can survive mowing the lawn, fixing the car, and taking a dip in the pool, this is it. If you're on a budget but want something that won't die in a year, again, this is it. Actually, I have to work on my truck tomorrow. I have to change out I have an old OBS Ford 96 F-150. I got to change out the turn signals. I have to take the whole front of the truck off to replace these assemblies. So I'll be wearing this watch tomorrow because I know for a fact that it can take a beating. But basically, this watch is for normal people who just want to know the time, not track their heart rate, not count their steps, not tell you to breathe, just the time. Remember, when watches were about that, wild concept, I know. Now let's get down to the price. Budget, right? This thing's like in between 25 to 30 bucks, depending on tax and where you're at. That's it. For the price of 2 movie tickets and a sad bucket of popcorn, you get a watch that will last a decade. I mean, come on. Even if you hate how it looks, you can still justify buying one just to keep it in your glove box as a backup. It's like the spare tire of your watches. You might not think about it every day, but when you need it, you're glad it's there. Now here's my final thoughts. So the final verdict is the Casio AE-1500. It's big, it's bold, it's slightly ridiculous, but it's also tough, practical, and insanely good value. It's not a watch that's going to win you points for style, but will win the marathon for longevity and reliability. If you want something flashy, buy a smartwatch. If you want something tough, buy a G-Shock. But if you want something that looks like it could stop traffic and also survive the apocalypse, the AE-1500 is calling your name. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for sticking around while I roasted a $25 watch for 10 minutes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you'd rock this absolute wrist beast, or if you think it should have stayed in Casio's oversized imagination. Until next time, stay saucy, keep it funky, and I'm out. Peace.